Hello, hello! Welcome back to Sculptura in Isolation. I'm Essa, and you are about to do 5 minutes of plank. As you probably know, videos are not what Sculptura is about at all. We're actually about very interactive small group fitness classes. We've been online since 2016, but it's still a video call where we talk and I give feedback on form. So me talking to camera right now is just something I've started doing during COVID isolation to help you keep working out at home while we're stuck there. So that being said, registration has just opened for our May session. So go ahead and sign up if you haven't already. And if you somehow got to this video without being subscribed to my email list, you can find that right here and get your own free workout every week while we're in isolation. So, 5 minutes of plank, eh? If that sounds a little bit daunting, don't worry, I have a plan. You can either follow along with me for the full 5 minutes and take breaks as needed, or you can follow the timer that I'll have going. And you can decide ahead of time to say you're going to do 30 seconds of plank every minute. So it'll be 30 seconds of plank, 30 seconds of break, and then the next minute same thing, 30 seconds of plank, 30 seconds of break. And then next time you do this video, you can lengthen the time of the plank and shorten the time of the break. I'm going to be doing 5 different plank variations, and this is what they will be. A regular low front plank, a high plank with arm extensions, a low plank with leg lifts, a walking plank, changing between high plank and low plank, making sure we're switching directions so we're not always leading with the same arm, and a high plank, rocking forward and back on the feet. Here's the easiest visual representation I can give you of a pelvic tuck. So watching the top of my shirt and the bottom of my pants here, you can see that as I start to get tired in a plank, maybe I've got the lower back shortening, so the top and the pants are coming closer together there. This is really hard on the lower back. So then we say, okay, pelvic tuck. Well, to do a pelvic tuck, we often lengthen the back, but shorten the front in order to do so. So from here, we end up going here, and you can see how much closer now the top and the bottom are in front. This is not dangerous for your lower back, so it's certainly preferable, but even better is if we can go from here, keep the length in the front, and add in the length in the back. And to do that, that's where we're really engaging all our postural muscles, everything in the core. So that's what we're going for with a pelvic tuck. We're trying to correct this position here to a lengthening both front and back. We're getting ready for our low plank here to start. We're gonna start our timer in 10 seconds, and our first one is holding a low front plank on our elbows. 5, 4, ready, set, go. So we're going to make sure we're breathing deeply here all the way into the tummy to the very bottom of our lungs, making sure that our breath does not get caught in our chest. We're lengthening through that torso, front and back, and breathing deep. Loving that burn, feeling good in the first minute. When you're taking breaks, you can take them in child's pose or do some walkouts so it's not a full break, but you're at least coming out of that plank position for a little moment. Just make sure if you're doing walkouts, you're not rocking those hips side to side. Do keep working those abs to keep the hips still as you're walking. Almost ready to come up into a high plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, switch. High plank, and we're going to do some arm extensions here. So we're going to squeeze those shoulder blades together and down towards our bum, along our back, so that our shoulders don't move up towards our ears. We're lifting one arm at a time, bringing it forward in front of us. You might want to widen the stance at your feet to have a little more stability here. Keep breathing deep and try to keep rocking from side to side. Next up, in about half a minute, we're going into a low plank with leg lifts, so you can start thinking about that. We're almost 2 minutes into our plank. We're doing great. Few more arm extensions here, and getting ready to switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, switch. Low plank, leg lifts. So we're going to start lifting one leg at a time. If you can do both, you are doing something I don't know how to do. Squeeze that bum just like we did in last week's video for our glute work. And we're going to make sure again that we've got that pelvic tuck refreshed. If you start feeling your lower back cave down, you can do a hip lift to counteract that for a moment, see whether that's enough if you don't want to take a full break. But if you find yourself sinking down again, you can also drop to both knees and still keep that plank position rather than taking a full break. Or an in-between is just staying down on one knee. I'm going to keep going here with those leg lifts. And next up is a walking plank high to low. 3, 2, 1, switch. 2 minutes on the clock, 3 minutes down already, well past the halfway point. And we're walking low plank to high plank, switching directions every 2, every 4, every 15 seconds if you're watching the timer. This is a great place to take those feet wide for extra stability so you're not rocking those hips side to side. We're keeping those hips as still as possible. And keeping the feet wide just allows for a wider base since we're moving those arms and our legs are the only thing that's keeping us still. We are almost at the last minute. We're almost there, and our last one is going to be a high plank rocking forward and back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. High plank, rocking front and back on those feet. This is our last minute. 4 minutes have already passed. You're doing amazing. We're going to want everyone up for those last 15 seconds for our countdown. So if you're taking breaks, take your break early for this minute so that you can join us back for the last 15 seconds. Keep breathing. We are so close. If your lower back is hurting, take that break now. But if it's your abs that are hurting, that's the point and you've got this. Less than 30 seconds to go now. We're going to keep breathing deep. We're going to have everyone up for the last 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those knees, bring the hips back. Release into child's pose. Well done. Oh my goodness, how was that for you? I want to know. It's so hard not being in class with you and being able to ask you right away. I'd love to know what was the hardest part, what was your favorite variation? Tell me everything. Send me an email and we'll have a chat. So what you can do from here, if you want to lengthen your plank time, is come back to this video and whatever length of time you were able to hold each minute, see whether you can add some time. If you were holding for 30 seconds or less, maybe you can add another 5 to 10 seconds for each minute. And if you were holding for longer than that, maybe you can add 15, 20, or even 30 seconds to whatever your hold was today. And from there, hopefully, we can double your time or even get up to the full 5 minutes of plank. Thank you for joining me. Do let me know how everything was for you, and I look forward to seeing you in classes. Keep laughing, keep moving. I'll see you soon.